Welcome to Java Forum. Now we are going to see much awaited release that is Oracle Database 2020 Express Edition on Red Hat Enterprise Linux 8 operating system. So here you can see that I have already installed Red Hat Enterprise Linux 8 on VirtualBox 6. So let me show the settings for Oracle database. So here you can see that I have allocated 8 GB RAM and 4 core CPU processor. So storage is around more than 50 GB of hard disk. And network I am assigning host only adapter, that is internal network. So no internet connectivity will be there. So let me start the operating system now. So okay, I have started the Red Hat Enterprise Linux 8. So before we start, there are some limitations in Oracle Database 2020 Express Edition. It will support up to 2 CPU cores and 12 GB of data, and 3 pluggable databases are supported. And it will support only single instance. So clustering is not supported in Express Edition. Okay. Next, here you can see the directory. So this directory contains RPM files which I am going to install. So this is for Enterprise Linux 8 version. So I have provided the links, download links for this RPM in the description of this video. So 2 RPMs are needed for this. One is pre-install RPM, another one is database XC21C RPM. So 2 RPMs are needed to install Oracle Database 2021C Express Edition. So first we are going to install Oracle Database pre-install. So this pre-install 2021C RPM will install the required settings for the Oracle Database 2020 Express Edition. Okay, first step is I am checking the release. So Red Hat Enterprise Linux release is 8.3. Minimum requirement 8.2. We needed 8.2 to install Oracle Database 2020. Next, I am checking the hard disk space. So here you can see that I have more hard disk space. So here Oracle Database will be installing in the directory /opt directory. Make sure that you have enough space in /opt directory. At least 10 GB of free space you need. Next, I am checking the RAM. So RAM, you can see that I am having 5 GB free RAM. So minimum 2 GB free RAM is necessary to install this Database 2020 Express Edition. So moreover, it does not support more than 2 GB of RAM. So swap space also, you can see I have enough swap space, 5 GB of swap space I am having. Minimum 2 GB of swap space is we need for this database. Also you can see that 4 CPU cores. So minimum 2 CPU cores is needed to install this Oracle database. So more than 2 CPU cores also it will not support. It will support up to 2 CPU cores only. So this is the limitations of Oracle Database 2020 Express Edition. Next, I am checking the IP address. So here you can see that I have set the static IP address. So this is the internal network only. It will not connect to any internet because this is a purely offline installation only. So make sure that you have one IP address allocated to this machine. Next, very important point. So host name. So you should have this host name to be set for this mission, because Oracle installers check for host name. And also I am checking in vi/etc/host name. So there is /etc/host name file. Host name should be there, and another /etc/host. So here you should have the host entries. So I have to map the IP address to the host name for this machine. Otherwise, Oracle installation will be failing. Okay. So what I am going to do is I am going to map the IP address to the host name. So I am editing this slash etc slash host file as a root user. So only root user can edit this file. So I am typing the IP address of this machine. Next I am going to map this host name. That is, this is a fully qualified domain name. Next I am going to map the alias name also. That is the first part. So here consider RHEL8 oracle21c.javafrm.in is a fully qualified domain name, and RHEL8 oracle21c is a alias name. So I am mapping all these names to this IP address. So make sure that you are done as shown in this video. So this is a very important point. So host name is must. Otherwise, Oracle installation fail. It would if you set this host name wrongly, means Oracle installation will be failing. Okay. Now let us try to install Oracle database pre-install 21c RPM now. Okay, I am opening the terminal. Login as a root user. Yes. So let me install the Oracle database pre-install 21c RPM. So this will install what are the necessary settings files for the Oracle database. Oh, see here, it's throwing some error for dependencies. So these dependencies we need to install. Okay. So what should we do? Next up is make sure that you have uploaded, that is you have enabled the DVD, that is inserted the DVD file. Here you can see that I have already inserted the DVD ISO file. So all the RPM packages, that is dependent RPM packages, are available in Red Hat Enterprise Linux DVD ISO file itself. No need to download from internet. So you can install these RPMs from DVD ISO files. So these are the list of dependent RPMs. So pause this video and note down these RPMs. These are the RPM files we are going to install now in a single shot. These are the files required by Oracle Database 21c Express Edition. So let me install in single shot all the RPM in a single shot. So make sure that you are login as a root user. Only root user can install the RPM files. Okay, now you can see that dependencies are getting installed. Fine. So you can see that around 10 to 12 RPM dependent files are required. So these are for Red Hat Enterprise Linux. So these dependent files will be differ from OS to OS. So and one more thing, this Linux base environment is server with GUI. Okay. Okay, now let us reinstall, try to reinstall Oracle database pre-install RPM. Yes, so it is successful. So this pre-install RPM file will install the necessary setting files, that is especially it will modify the sysctl.conf file, that is under /etc, and limits file, it will modify the limit file. So all the kernel parameters like kernel memory, shared memory details, everything will be modified by this RPM file. Okay, so these are the settings, that is conf files installed by pre-install RPM. So you can see that these are the settings kernel parameter settings. So these settings are required by Oracle Database 2020 Express Edition. So no need to do any manual work here. So all will be taken care by Oracle pre-install RPM. So you can see that sysctl.conf also this Oracle kernel parameters are set. Next, I am going to log file, log directory. You can check the installation logs. So let us check the installation logs here. Oracle kernel.log. So all the pre-install RPM's installation logs will be written in this file. So here you can see that what this RPM had done. So it's taken the backup of previous files. Okay, this will be useful for the users who want to know the details, what are this pre-install RPM is doing. Okay, now I am giving permission to my /opt directory. I already told that /opt directory only this Oracle software will be getting installed. Okay. Now let us try to install Oracle Database Express Edition 20NC RPM. So this is the command. So this will take some time. You need to wait for some time. That depends upon your CPU speed. Oracle Database software will be installed and default database, that is XC database, will be configured. Okay, RPM installed successfully. Okay, now you can see that some of the configuration files are installed under /etc/sysconfig/oracle xc-20nc.conf. So these are the optional parameters, that is port number. Those things can be modified in this conf file. This is optional file only, optional parameters file only. So I am going to open this file. Yes, you can see that listener port, enterprise manager, express port, character set, db file destination, db file, db domain, skip validation equal to false. So let it be default parameters. I am not going to touch any. If you want, you can modify the optional parameters. So next I am going to run this script as a root user /etc/init.d/oracle xc-20nc configure. So this script will install the Oracle as service. So before that it will ask for a password. Please provide the password for this Oracle database. So it should be alphanumeric, at least with one small case, one uppercase letter and one number. So make sure that you have provided the password. This password will be used for system and PDB admin users. Okay. So system and PDB admin are the database administrator. DBS so you can see that database creation is started. So it will create XC database and pluggable database. Yes, so it's done here. You can see that default database name is XC and pluggable database name is XCPDB1. And also you can see that enterprise manager port details, the address details also given here. So enterprise manager will be run on the default port 5500. So make sure that you have unblocked the ports. So you can see the details of the log files under /opt/oracle/cfg tools. Okay, let us check the log file. So you can see that log file available under /opt/oracle/cfg tool logs/dbca/xe. So this log file shows you multiple information. Okay, this will be useful for the beginners. Please don't ignore these log files. So in case any database failure is happened, means you can verify this log file. For that reason, I have shown in this video. So this will shows the what are the progress. Okay, so it's successful. So if you want, you can navigate the Oracle software. So /opt/oracle. So you can see that this is the directory structure of Oracle database 21C Express Edition installed. Product 21C DB home XE. So this is the Oracle database home for 21C Express Edition. You can see a lot of files in there. So under CFG tool logs, you can see the log files. So bin directory contains a lot of executables. Okay, next step what I am going to do is, see here, you can see that one user called Oracle is created. So this Oracle is user installed by the RPM. So what I am going to do is, I am going to set the password for this Oracle user. So because this Oracle user only is going to manage this Oracle database 21C Express Edition databases. So first I am modifying the Oracle user's password. Okay, next step what I am going to do is, I am going to log off. So current user I am logging off. Yes. So I am now logging as a user called Oracle. As I told, this Oracle user only going to manage this database. So once I log in, I am going to modify the bash profile settings for the Oracle user. So I am going to set the environment variables under bash profile for the user called Oracle. Okay. So what are the environment variables? Oracle home and Oracle underscore SID is enough. So there are many Oracle environment variables available for advanced users. So these are the basic Oracle environment variable only I am setting. So first is Oracle home. So Oracle home is where you install the Oracle database 21C Express Edition database. So note down this path and make sure that you are entering the correct path in bash profiles. Okay, so syntax should be correct. So once again I am verifying. So you can see the bin directory, right? So this bin directory contains lot of executable files. So all these executable files will be available in the Linux path, so that you can run this command line. Okay, next Oracle underscore SID. So XE is the default database name. So SID is nothing but the database name. So next I am going to append this path variable to environment variables $oracle underscore home slash bin. Save the file, save the bash profile. Okay, so everything is done now. Before I am going to restart, I am going to /etc/init.d. So Linux users already know that init.d directory used to install the services. So here you can see that Oracle XC-2020C is installed as a service, Oracle service. So before previous editions we do not have like this. You can see that Oracle service files are installed by default. So using RPM is very easy. So using this Oracle services, I can start and stop the database that we are going to see later. Okay, first after setting the bash profile, reboot. Okay, so reboot the machine. So after rebooting the machine, I am logging as the Oracle user. First command checking the Oracle status. systemctl start Oracle XC-21C is the command used to start the Oracle database. So Oracle is not started. So I am starting this using this command. So this is the major advantage here. No need to log into SQL Plus tool. You can start using this command itself, and you can see that Oracle database Express Edition 21C will be starting. Wait for some time, don't be in a hurry. It will take some time because it will start the database and Oracle listener. Yes. So I think it had started successfully. You can check by running the status command. Yes, you can see that it's showing as active. Okay. So almost we come to the main part. So now next step is what I'm going to do. Using SQL Plus tool, I'm going to connect to the database. So SQL Plus /accessdba. So this is a basic command. So just running one query. Yes, so I can able to connect Oracle database 21C Express Edition locally using SQL Plus tool. So I think you understand SQL Plus is available in the bin directory of the Oracle home. Okay, next I am checking Oracle listener. Oracle is this is the command to check the status, lsnrctl space status. So this shows the Oracle listener has started and running. You know, Oracle listener is very important. So I have provided the comments and description of this video. So Oracle listener, without Oracle listener you can't connect to the database externally from any tools. Okay. So this listener.ora file is installed. So these are the details of listener.ora. So advanced user, you can modify this listener.ora. So you can see 1521 is the default port where Oracle is up and running. Okay, so internally I can able to connect Oracle database 21C Express Edition, but I am going to connect Oracle database 21C Express Edition externally. Okay, so first step is I am going to unblock the port. Okay, so these are the command used to unblock the port. First I am unblocking the port 1521. So this is the default port for Oracle database. Next I am unblocking Enterprise Manager port 5500. so that you can access the enterprise manager from the browser, that from externally. Okay, that's it. So make sure that as a root user, you change the unblock the port in firewall. Okay, so everything is done now. First locally I am going to check whether I can able to access the enterprise manager. Yes, so enterprise manager is up and running. So locally in browser I am accessing. You can access the it externally also. So I'm logging as a sys user. So enterprise manager is useful for monitoring the database. You can see this enterprise manager is minimized, features are minimized, very minimized feature only we are having. You can see that performance analyzers, those things will be displayed here. So for monitoring purpose only you can use enterprise manager, no big use. You can see all the database details, everything. Okay, so I'm going to log off Oracle Enterprise Manager. So nothing for us here. So if you want to know more detail about the database, you can use the Enterprise Manager. Okay, so now I am going to access the Oracle database 20NC Express Edition externally. So you can see that I have already installed Oracle SQL Developer 20NC. Make sure that you have installed latest SQL Developer. So I have installed SQL Developer 20NC. So now I am going to connect from Windows operating system. So I am going to create one connection. So through that connection I am going to access this Oracle database 20NC Express Edition running on the Linux machine, that is Red Hat Enterprise Linux 8. Oracle 20NC Express Edition is up and running. So I am creating one connection name. Next I am providing the username, that is sys user, sysdba. Role I am selecting as sysdba. Note down this role, sysdba. Password I am providing, what are the that password I am given during the installation, right? That password I am giving. So that is the sys password. IP address of the Linux box. Test. Yes, it's successful. So SID should be XC. So I am connecting the default database XC using SQL Developer tool, which is running on Windows machine. Make sure that you install the latest SQL Developer. So this SQL Developer version is 21.2, I think. Then only you can connect to 20NC Express Edition database. Yes, I can see the listings. Everything is fine here. Able to connect from SQL Developer. So in next video I am going to show how to create Oracle users, how to connect to pluggable database, how to create a pluggable database user, etc, etc. So this is the basic installation video only. For new users it will be very useful for on Linux platform, especially on Red Hat Enterprise Linux 8. Okay, so now I am going to disconnect this connection. So everything is fine. I can able to connect the Oracle database 20NC Express Edition via SQL Developer. So make sure that you unblock the port by firewall. That is default port is 1521. Make sure that is unblocked. Okay, then only you can connect. So if it is blocked by firewall, means it will not connect. Okay, I'm going to disconnect. Okay, connection is closed. Okay, next what I'm going to do is, so we have started the Oracle using Oracle services. Now next step, we are going to start the Oracle database manually. Okay, so I am closing the SQL developer. Now once again I am going to this Linux box. I am going to stop the Oracle database 2020 Express edition. Okay, now I am going to stop it using the command. sysctl systemctl stop, sorry, wait 1 minute. Systemctl stop Oracle -XE-2020. So this will stop the Oracle database and Oracle listener. So both the Oracle listener and Oracle database will be getting stopped here. Okay, so let me check the status. Yes, you can see that Oracle 2020 Express edition services get stopped. Okay, now I am going to show you how to connect manually, so without using the commands. So first I am logging to the SQL Plus tool. You can see that it's showing as connected to an idle instance. So just type the command startup. So you can see that the database is getting mounted and database is opened. That's it. Now next step is I am going to start the Oracle listener. I told you earlier Oracle listener is very important. So this is the command lsn rctl space start. So this will start the Oracle listener. Okay. So these are the manual steps used to start the Oracle database. So once again I will check with the SQL developer. Yes, I can able to connect to the Oracle database 2020 Express edition. Okay, so I have closed the connection. Now I am going to stop the Oracle database manually. Okay, let me log into the Linux box once again. First I am stopping the Oracle listener. So this is the command used to stop the Oracle listener, lsn rctl space stop. Next I am going to log into SQL Plus tool. SQL Plus as sysdba. Shutdown immediate. That's it. So now Oracle database is stopped manually. So Oracle database 2020 Express installation on Red Hat Enterprise Linux 8 is successful. So finally we are going to see how to connect to the container database and pluggable database users with SQL developer. So first we are going to see how to connect to SQL developer as a sys user, and I am going to create a common user. Okay, so I have connected to the database as a sys user. Now I am going to create one common user called c hash as Scott. So this is the SQL query used to create a user. So you can see that user c hash as Scott is got created. Next I am going to grant some privileges. Grant unlimited table space to c hash as Scott, and grant connect resource DBA to c hash as Scott. So this will give privilege of creating tables, inserting records, etc., creating procedures, creating triggers. Okay, so I have granted privileges to c hash as Scott. Now next step, second step is we are going to connect c hash as Scott user from SQL developer. So I am creating one new connection. So username should be c hash as Scott. So c hash as is mandatory here for a common user. So password. So database SID is XC, that is Express Edition database. Yes. So I can able to connect as a c hash as Scott common user from SQL developer to XC database. That is, this is a container database. Now I am creating one sample table. Then I am going to insert one record and going to select that record. Yes, so I can able to create table, insert one record and select the table. So these tables are stored in XC, that is XC container database of Oracle database 21C Express Edition. So you can see the table is got created. So common user creation is successful in Oracle database 21C. Now next I am going to login as a sys user to pluggable database. Okay, I am going to create one new connection. So now I am going to log in as a sys user to pluggable database running on Oracle database 21C Express Edition. So pluggable database will be running inside the container database. So all the users have all those users who are in container database have access to pluggable database. Okay, so this is the syntax. Service name is XCPDB1. So yes, I can able to connect. So now I connected as a sysdba to XCPD1, the XCPDB1 pluggable database. So now next step is I am going to grant some privilege to user called PDB-admin. So the PDB-admin user is available by default, but I am going to grant some privileges so that you can create tables inside the pluggable database. Okay. So same syntax only. Grant unlimited table space to PDB-admin and grant connect resource DBA to PDB-admin. Execute this query. Yes, grant is succeeded. Okay, let me minimize it. Now I am creating one new connection. Now I am going to connect PDB-admin user to XCPDB1 pluggable database. PDB-admin, provide the password for PDB-admin. Role is default role. Type the IP address of the Linux box. Okay, service name XCPDB1. So by default, XCPDB1 will be up and running in Oracle Database 2020 Express Edition. Okay, I can able to connect now. Now I am going to create one table. So I am copying this query here and paste. Yes, table is created. I am just modifying this line. So all the container users have access to this pluggable database also. Not only PDB admin, external user also can access this pluggable database. Yes. So I can able to create, insert and select records from pluggable database as a PDB admin. Okay, so everything is fine now. Make sure that you have provided the correct database name. So pluggable database means you need to provide service name as XCPDB1. So XCPDB1 is a default pluggable database name. And if you want to connect to container database means provide the name XC as a SID. So XC is the container database. Okay, now what we are going to do is we are going to stop and start the pluggable database called XCPDB1. So I am going to that sys user who is logged into container database that is called XC. So I am executing this query select star from $PDBs will give you the what are the pluggable database is up and running. So you can see that XCPDB1 is in read write mode. That is, it's up and running by default. Now I am going to stop this pluggable database. Alter pluggable database, XCPDB1 close. So this will stop and close the connections of XCPDB1. Yes, pluggable database XCPDB1 is altered. Now let us check whether I can able to connect PDB admin. So before that I am checking the status. Yes, you can see that pluggable database has been stopped and showing as mounted. Now I am testing PDB admin. Yes, so I am unable to connect now. Okay, now let us start the pluggable database. So this is the query to start the pluggable database. Alter pluggable database XCPDB1 open. That's it. Yes. Pluggable database XCPD1 is altered. Let me connect once again. Yes, I can able to connect the pluggable database as a PDB admin. Okay, so I think now you are aware of how to create a common user and how to log in as a pluggable database user.